Hello students, BSc Zoology Honors Part 2. So far we have seen in respiratory system, gills and its structure and how blood flows through the gills. Now to understand the mechanism of respiration, one has to look into the scheme of blood flow in Labeo. See, as you know that the vertebrates are having closed circulatory system. Even in closed circulatory system, there are two types, single circulation and double circulation. Now look into this picture, left one. This is the schematic diagram showing the blood circulation in fishes. And in comparison, how it is different from us. We are tetrapods. So tetrapods and amniotes, they have different. So see, in fishes, they have single circulation, single closed circulation. And in tetrapods, they have double closed circulation. Single closed circulation means blood is deoxygenated blood is entering in the heart. It is collected in the heart and it is pumped from the heart to the gills. This blood is carbon dioxide rich and this is from the heart, ventral arota carries this blood to the gills, and there are branches in the ventral aorta. These branches are called afferent branchial arteries, which are supplied to the gills. So these are afferent branchial arteries. Afferent branchial arteries. उसके बाद फिर afferent branchial arteries से भी ब्रांचिंग होकर के बहुत सारे ब्रांचिंग हो गए, न्यूमरस ब्रांचिंग होगी गिल्स में, और वो ब्रांचिंग कैपिलरीज कहलाती है टू इंक्रीज द सरफेस एरिया, and there water and blood interface, the gaseous exchange takes place. So these are capillaries. In these capillaries, blood is oxygenated, gaseous exchange has taken place. So from the gill, this blood will, oxygenated blood will go to the, will be supplied to the body. That is systemic capillaries. Systemic means throughout the body. Throughout the body it is supplied. And in the body, gaseous exchange will take place again, oxygen will be consumed, carbon dioxide will be produced. And that carbon dioxide produced, the deoxygenated blood will be collected and taken to the heart. So this is a single circulation, means in the heart, only deoxygenated blood is flowing. So this heart is again like a scoliodon, this heart is branchial heart or venous heart. In tetrapods, they have advancement over this scheme of blood circulation. In the fishes, heart is only pumping deoxygenated blood. In tetrapods, heart is pumping both oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So that is called as double circulation. See, in tetrapods, amniotes, deoxygenated blood is collected in the heart through veins, its venous system. Heart से फिर dorsal aorta के माध्यम से ये चला गया लंग में, लंग से afferent arteries, इसका इक्विवेलेंट समझो, या इसको ये कहो dorsal aorta नहीं कह के pulmonary aorta. जो dorsal aorta यहाँ पर, no, this is ventral aorta. From heart, the blood is carried to the gills in the fishes. That blood vessel is called ventral aorta. So here also it is ventral aorta equivalent. That is pulmonary aorta. the blood vessel which is carrying the blood to the lung. अब ब्रैंकियल टर्म हटके पल्मोनरी टर्म लग जाएगा. जब ब्रैंकियल टर्म लग रहा था इसका मतलब वहां पर गिल है इन्वॉल्व रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन के रूप में. जब पल्मोनरी लग जाता है वर्ड, दैट मीन्स द लंग इज present. In tetrapoda, lung, these are terrestrial animals, so the lung is there. So through pulmonary aorta, the blood is reaching the lungs. And in the lungs, these are branches of that pulmonary aorta, and that is divided into capillaries. And at that interface, blood will be oxygenated. Oxygenated blood will be carried again to the heart for pumping. This is pulmonary vein. And from the heart, the oxygenated blood is pumped in the aorta, major aorta. That aorta will supply its oxygenated blood, will carry the oxygenated blood throughout the body, and in the body tissue spaces, that blood oxygen will be taken up, consumed up, and carbon dioxide will be released in the tissue space by the tissues. That will be taken up by this blood and will be carried again to the heart. So heart here is pumping both types of blood. देख लीजिए आप, यहाँ से अंदर गया, ये आया, फिर हार्ट के अंदर गया, फिर ये आया, फिर ये ऐसे सर्कुलेट हुआ. ओके, आ रहा समझ में स्टूडेंट्स? ओके. You will understand the respiratory mechanism आसानी से. Here, what is happening? If you see, as I have explained you in scolioderm, कि मुंह पहले खुलता है, पानी अंदर जाता है. तो जिस समय पानी अंदर जा रहा है, गिल स्लिट्स आर क्लोज्ड इन स्कोलियोडर्म में. यहाँ पर मुंह खुला है, पानी अंदर लिया, दिस इज इंस्पिरेशन. हवा तो लेगा नहीं, पानी अंदर लेगा. उस पानी में ऑक्सीजन डिजॉल्व्ड है, ऑक्सीजन रिच वाटर है. पानी अंदर लिया, दैट पानी हैज एंटर्ड इन द बक्कल कैविटी एंड फेरिंग्स, and with the help of muscles associated with these chambers, volume of buccal cavity and pharyngeal cavity increases, floor of the pharyngeal cavity lowers down, and then roof goes upward, so space is created, so large amount of water can be taken inside with the help of this oral valve, when oral valve is open through mouth. So from mouth, oral valve is open, water enters into the buccal cavity and pharynx. At the same time, operculum is closed, branchial aperture is closed. That is, the operculum has covered it completely, so no water can escape out from here. Okay, because the purpose is to bath these gills with water in the opposite direction with force. अगर ये खुला रहता तो पानी यहाँ से ले रहा है और लीक कर जाता. फोर्स के साथ ये गिल्स के ऊपर फ्लो नहीं कर पाता. तो एक तरफ बंद है और दूसरे तरफ से सक कर लिया, तो ये फूल गया, पूरा एक्सपेंड हो गया, एंड पानी यहाँ पर प्रेशर के साथ मौजूद है. अब इसने एक्सपीरेशन करना है. इसने ओरल वाल्व को क्लोज कर लिया. माउथ इज, इवन इफ द माउथ इज स्टिल ओपन, वाल्व इज क्लोज, no water can escape out from the mouth. And now the muscles associated with buccal cavity and pharyngeal cavity, that will contract. At the same time, operculum also will open. That membrane, branchiostegial membrane, देखो, I have told you branchiostegial membrane is involved in closing and opening the operculum. Okay, so you can study the respiratory mechanism of this animal in two parts. First is inspiration. फिर से बता देते हैं, During inspiration, rohu fish closes the external opening of the gills. यहाँ close कर लिया. Firmly, the branchiostegal membrane attached to the operculum helps to close the gill chambers. At the same time, muscle adjacent to the mouth contract. ठीक? As a result of which, the size of mouth cavity and pharynx increases. Okay. Oral valve of the mouth cavity opens. Now water enters the mouth cavity through the mouth opening. When mouth opening are closed, the muscles of the ventral surface of mouth contract, as a result of which volume of the mouth cavity decreases and the oral cavity closes. When the pharynx at the mouth cavity is filled with water, the internal water pressure increases when their muscles contract. आ रहा समझ में students? Okay. In this condition, when mouth and esophagus are closed, water comes in contact with the gills through the inner gill opening. Okay. अब वो वाटर गिल के ऊपर फोर्स के साथ बहने की कोशिश करेगा. Now it is ready. Now at that point of time, ये branchiostegal membrane will open the operculum. See, levels are clear. Branchial aperture closed here. These are interbranchial septum, mandibular arc. This is mouth. This is buccal cavity. This is pharyngeal cavity. These are gill slits, internal gill slits and external gill slits. This is branchial chamber. Okay, that one is operculum. These are gills. 4 pairs of gills you are seeing here. Okay. Now coming to the next part, that is expiration. So in expiration, I repeat it again. During the flow of water by washing the gill filament, oxygen penetrates the capillary blood vessels located in the gill plate. यानी ये valve क्लोज हुआ. इस valve के क्लोज होने के बाद ब्रैंकियोस्टीगियल मेम्ब्रेन जो है उसने लिफ्ट कर दिया ओपरकुलम को. लैटरली ओपरकुलम लैटरली ओपन होता है, क्लोज होता है. लैटरली ओपन कर दिया जिससे कि एक पानी के बाहर निकलने का रास्ता बन गया. तो ओरल वाल्व जब क्लोज हो गया, अब ये इस पर प्रेशर के साथ पानी है, पानी बाहर निकलेगा, तब इसके ऊपर वाटर का फ्लो होगा फोर्स के साथ. इसने ओपन किया, छिद्र छोटा है, यहाँ पर फोर्स रेडी है. ये साथ ही साथ मसल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करेगा. इसका रूफ के मसल्स और बॉटम के मसल्स जो ओरल कैविटी के फ्लोर है उसके मसल्स, दे विल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड विथ दैट फोर्स वाटर विल बी फ्लोन ओवर द gills, and at the same time this is also lift up by branchiostegal membrane. तो इसकी वजह से पानी जब फ्लो कर रहा है, that time gaseous exchange will take place because of the capillary network present over the gill plate. There the gaseous exchange will take place and the blood will get oxygenated and water will come out, which is now poor in oxygen and rich in carbon dioxide. Initially, blood was poor in oxygen, rich in carbon dioxide. After gaseous exchange, that local water is rich in carbon dioxide but poor in oxygen, and that water comes out, flows out. Okay, so this is about the expiration mechanism, and in whole, this is the respiratory mechanism. So in the next, I haven't written the topic, respiratory mechanism in rohu. This is inspiration, that one is expiration. This is scheme of blood flow invertebrate because it has two figures. तो ये भी vertebrate है, aquatic vertebrate, these are terrestrial vertebrates. So students, now here I am ending this class. In the next class, we will study circulatory system of Labeo rota. Okay. Thank you.